Okay, so I'm here to demo Windows 8.1 for the Windows Surface Pro, which comes out in November 2013. As you can see, this is the Surface Pro, which has a touch screen built in and shows all the apps that I have installed. And if I swipe up with my thumb, you can see that those are more like pinned apps. And these are all the applications I have on my Windows 8.1 machine. And so this is sort of like, it was originally called Metro, but now Windows sort of calls it like maybe more like the mobile friendly view of Windows, and it's used it's just like, built-in apps that are all touch friendly. So if I show you one, like maybe news, so everything is set up to be, so it just loaded a new news story. It's downloading all the articles. So everything's set up to go kind of like left and right. You can see, like, if you want to read this article on say goodbye to the password, it's kind of neat, it's and then there's also swiping in from the top gives you sort of more options. You can also go like this, bring up your date and battery. You can see all these sort of other things to do here. You can go into settings. You can, you can search within the app by going like this too. If you were searching for a particular news article, you can share, I think you can share this story in an email or Twitter. So there's a lot of different kind of UI going on. So it's hard to get used to at first, because it's not an iPad. It's not the Windows that you're familiar with. Here's weather. So it loads in weather, and all of this information is based on Bing technology. So it tells you, here's the weather where I am right now. So later it'll be, partly cloudy going down to maybe 56 degrees tonight. Here's a map. We got some average temperatures. Here's an ad inside the app. So these are all free apps that come with Windows. Now to get back, I can either hit the start button here. There's a start button here built into the Surface. And then if I slide this way, I can toggle through things I already have open. And I can also put them side by side. So now I can read the article that I was started to read before, but I can also learn about what the weather is at the same time. So the possibilities keep changing. You can also slide this back to be full screen. And if you flick your thumb, you can switch between what you already have open. And then say you don't want to play with the weather app anymore, you drag your finger down and swipe it even all the way down, and then it closes out. So in learning all that was really kind of tricky and complicated and not so straightforward, but after I've gotten used to it, it really isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But it makes so much more sense on a touch screen. there's also desktop mode, which with the touch screen, here I'll just bring up Explorer. There's a 60 pixel rule, so as I touch on the screen, it makes this box around my finger, which is sort of to select. So I just click open and it'll actually open. But so to click on stuff with your finger, it's pretty simple. There's also a mouse built into the keyboard. You can't really see it in the video. But you know, it's pretty simple using your fingers. So I have Photoshop on here. I've got Visual Studio 2013. I've got Express Preview for Web and Express Preview for Windows. And all of this is software that Microsoft recommends in building apps for Windows Phone, Windows 8, and .NET. So it's all very interesting, and it's kind of, I'm still learning as I go. There's a lot of capabilities with Windows 8.1. But I'm going to open up Internet Explorer 11, which is bundled with Bing and MSN. And so now I'm in Windows 8, and I've got IE 11 open. But this is more of like the desktop view. So to really show you what Internet Explorer looks like, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to MSN. So now I have Internet Explorer open in mobile view, and I just showed it to you what it looks like in desktop view. So if I go back, I can actually show you what Internet Explorer 11 looks like in desktop view and mobile view at the same time, which is kind of a weird concept. So for developers, there's two versions of IE 11. So there's this one, which is designed for more touch friendly, but then there's this one over here, which is designed more for like the it's still touch friendly because I'm on a touch screen computer, but it's more desktop friendly, and it's supposed to be, you know, more geared towards desktop users or people who aren't so fond of mobile. And the interesting part is of Windows 8.1 is you can change things between the web page's size, and you'll actually get different responsive widths. Let's see. Oh, so I just went full screen. But with various like bootstrap sizes, you can get, I think you can go, so now you can go, I think 75/25. So it's interesting. And now I'm going to show the debugging tool. So the debugging tool is only available in desktop mode of IE 11. And to bring it up, all you have to do is hold down, and you get this circle, or no, it's like a square, which is the same as a right click. Well, now you can see that there's actually an inspect element built into IE 11. So just click on that, and it'll bring up the F12 developer tools. So I'll just bring it up for full screen right now. But you can tell they spent a lot of time getting this to work the way all the other modern browsers work. You can tweak with font size. You can see all the elements loading here on this P1 class. You can see all the computed elements. You get the box properties here. So they spent a lot of time making this almost identical to the way Firefox works and the way Chrome inspects things. I haven't messed around with this too much, but there's also, you have a console so you can debug. There's even a debugging tool. So I guess it sort of shows you what's happening in the background. This is, I guess, a network test. Let's see what that does. I talked to some of the Internet Explorer team, and they actually said that they were really happy with the F12 tools, I think they call it, or debugging tools, because now when you pull it up, pressing F12, it doesn't actually refresh the page the way it used to in, I think, every other version of IE. So it's kind of nice because then everything doesn't have to reload. There's even a responsive test, and a profiler. So, there's some memory testing, but that's helpful, and emulation. So, profile. So you can test for Windows Phone on here. Okay, so here's all the user agent strings. You got IE10 9876. So Windows Phone 8, IE10, Chrome, Xbox, Firefox, Opera. There's a ton here. There's orientation mode. That's interesting. And resolution. So there's a ton of tools here. I haven't really gone into it that much, but I do like IE11 a lot more than any other version of IE. It does have some things that I like that it does faster. Being this is the Windows 8.1 build, and it's not completely finished. It can only get faster from here. So I think Microsoft's working on, performance and bugs, and in November when the final version comes out, it'll really, I think, just fly. But I actually prefer using it in the mobile view. You have like tabs. You can see I was on Yahoo. So I just pulled up an ad. And that's something I already had open. And now you can do side by side. There's also this little thing where it shows you everything you have open here, which is kind of nice. There's also the start button, which is back, which you think would pop up with all the programs you have, but it really just brings you back here, which is just the home screen or start menu. There's also a build app that Microsoft made, which shows all the recorded sessions at build. Some were pretty interesting. If you feel like watching some of the build sessions, they're all online. I was there in person, but you can actually sit in and watch some of the sessions. Here's one, developing apps with Microsoft SharePoint, or building apps that use the camera. That's a cool one. And so that's just a quick little preview on Windows 8.1 and IE 11. I hope you enjoyed this little movie, and it'll help you figuring out whether you want to support this or build for IE 11, or just a quick preview of what's to come in November. So thank you.